So, what do you think about Lamont Roach and him?
Oh man, that's a good fight.
So what do you think about Lamont Roach and him? Oh man, that's a good music fight. After months of speculation and search, Van Davis has finally found an opponent for the past few months. There was only one question in every fan's mind: who is Davis going to fight next? And now that we eventually found an answer to this troubling question, the selection by Tank surprised everyone as the World Boxing Association's super featherweight champion Lamont Roach Jr. is being touted as his next opponent, as per the latest announcement. After Davis's successful title defense against Frank Martin in June, Davis's camp discussed many names, though they were unsuccessful in securing a fight with any of them as the year progressed, and with premier boxing champions struggling to find a suitable match for Davis, the situation began to look bleak for the fighter, who was eager to return to the ring before year's end. However, the ultimate decision to go with the Maryland native Roach has created waves across the boxing community. Rick Glazer, a boxing promoter and insider, revealed the news, sending shockwaves through the sport. Glazer took to X and stated that Lamont Roach Jr. for his Tank Davis fight would be going up a division to lightweight. However, the move to up 135 would be for one fight only. On X, Rick Glazer posted breaking: Tank Davis's next opponent is going to be World Boxing Association 130 pounds champion Lamont Roach, moving up to 135 libs for this fight only. It'll be in December. They're both from Maryland, so it could well be in the DMV region. Details being finalized, revealed Glazer. The International Boxing Hall of Fame elector also stated that the fight will be in December, in line with the previous reports. This will be Van Davis's second fight this year since his return to the ring after a year of absence from the ring. The finer details of the fight are still being discussed, but there is a huge possibility that the fight will take place in the Washington area, as both boxers hail from Maryland. The premier boxing champions, for their part, is yet to make an official announcement on this. It was an entirely shocking choice, as Roach was not even in the discussion of possible prospects for Davis. Fans were expecting a big matchup, as names like Shakur Stevenson and Vasyl Lomachenko were being discussed. The obvious weight difference was one of the reasons no one considered Roach as a serious contender for Davis, with no lack of talent in the lightweight division. Finalizing a super featherweight as the next opponent is sure to make boxing fans scratch their heads, and as expected, the reaction by fans was not kind to the news broken by Rick Glazer. That's a real good fight. I would love to see that. That'd be a scrappy fight. Fans were not kind to the news, as they were expecting something big from Tank. With his current form, there were so many opportunities for a potential dream fight that could have sold stadiums out. The news visibly frustrated one fan, as he wrote, "So Haney just came out and said he could have been ready to fight in October. Tank couldn't send him an offer. He couldn't send Tio an offer. Shake my head." The fact that Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney were also looking for their next opponent, and yet a deal could not be reached, just made the announcement all the more disappointing for the fan. Both Haney and Lopez were in talks for a fight in Riyadh in October, but the latter was not ready at the time, so December would have been perfect for both of these boxers to get back in the ring, and a fight against Davis would have been a very big pay. Similarly, another fan was surprised by the news, as he wrote, "This better not be true." As soon as the news broke out, I got shushu by a little bit more than Roach. But another frustrated fan directly questioned the quality of the match and threw shade at the premier boxing champions. "This is not breaking at all. Another trash fight from PBC. This is going to flop so bad at a $90 will be streamed," wrote the fan, slamming PBC over the choice of opponent for Van Davis. The fan was clear that this fight did not deserve a brat of $90, and Van Davis could have chosen a far better opponent. In a rare sight, a fan defended Davis, as he couldn't understand the reason behind everyone's anger. "If this is true, can you really get mad at Tanks? He's staying at 135 and everyone is ducking him in that weight class." The fan wrote, suggesting that Roach might have been the best available option for Davis. While this matchup may not be the fight fans had been hoping for, Roach is a highly skilled boxer who could potentially get Davis a run for his money. Whether or not this fight lives up to expectations remains to be seen. Roach is on a run of 6 victories since then, including one over former Tank Davis foe Hector Luis Garcia. Rose can box, but to me me, he's more of an inside fighter. He fight better on the inside. Regardless, most aren't impressed by the matchmaking, including former undisputed lightweight champion and current World Boxing Council super lightweight champion Devin Haney, who was included within a group of young American fighters alongside Davis that fans want to see fight. Laughed at the news. Tank responded quickly with a picture of Haney taking a shot from shared opponent Ryan Garcia, saying, "Let's keep laughing, your face hates to see a left hook coming." Davis also posted comparing their fights. He stopped Garcia with a body shot last year, but the latter bounced back to defeat Haney via decision before failed doping tests led to the result being overturned to a no contest. Haney currently doesn't have a return date, recently revealing that Teofimo Lopez turned down an offer for a unification fight should Davis decide to move up to the 140 ranks again soon. Fans will hope they settle their differences in the music ring, but it isn't just Devin Haney who finds Tank's selection laughable. Once again, Gary Russell Jr. is calling for a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis. "I would love to get back in the game," Russell said in a recent interview with the Boxing Source. "I hear Tank doesn't have an opponent yet. What's up, Tank? They say he hasn't got any opponent yet. I'm open to it." Russell is more than open to it given that he's mentioned Davis's name for years. In December 2020, Russell promised he would spank that ass. In February 2021, he said he represented too much of a risk for Davis. In July 2021, Russell said that a fight with Davis would sell more pay-per-views than Tank's that most recent fight against Mario Barros Music in January 2022, just days ahead of Russell's last appearance in the ring against Mark Mago. The DC area native called for a fight with Davis, who hails from nearby Baltimore, and a rematch with Vasyl Lomachenko. It goes back even further, and it continues today. "It's never been personal or anything like that," Russell told the Boxing Source. "I just think the sport has been too small for both of us to coexist and not at least come together to see what had happened. For some weird reason, he strayed away from it, him or his team." Russell has had more interviews talking about Davis in recent years than the former featherweight title holder has had appearances in the ring, often criticized for taking just one fight per year from 2015 into the pandemic-altered schedule of 2020. Russell then spent nearly 2 years out of action between his win in February 2020 over Tugs Nambar and then losing his World Boxing Council belt to Mago via majority decision in January 2022. Russell's father passed away in May 2022. One of Russell's brothers passed away in 2022, and Gary Jr. has helped raise that brother's children. Davis hasn't been a featherweight since 2014, very early in his career, though he could conceivably move up given that he's been at 126 lbs since turning professional in 2009. Davis is a former junior lightweight title holder and holds the World Boxing Association title at 135 lbs. Davis is also one of the biggest superstars in the United States, so it's little surprise that Russell has even more reason to call out Tank Davis. Last fought in June when he stopped Frank Martin. He is expected to headline another pay-per-view before the end of 2024, though his opponent is yet to be announced. Everybody stayed the __ out the way. Gervonta Tank Davis, "I'm on your ass." Leo Santa Cruz, "I'm on your ass. I'm keeping my foot on these __ next man." Negotiations with Lomachenko didn't produce an agreement. Lomachenko's team said the Ukrainian is taking off the remainder of the year. Davis and Shakur Stevenson went in separate directions. A rematch with Isaac Cruz became less appealing once Cruz lost his title to Jose Aurelio Valenzuela. In August, "You all need somebody to fight." Russell said, "I'm open to it." This came just after Tank Davis was reportedly targeting a rematch with Isaac Cruz after the Mexican became only one of 2 men to take him the distance back in 2021. Those plans were scuppered by one Jose Valenzuela. El Rio beat Cruz for his WBA super lightweight world title in August. Baltimore, y'all supposed to be known for being all these gangsters and Gohan. Naturally, many in the sport began to speculate that the winner was now in line for Davis, even despite his trainer Robert Garcia stating clearly that they wouldn't fight again this year. Well, the reports of a Van Davis versus Ru Valenzuela fight was further confirmed by boxer Rand Garcia on his X handle. Garcia is currently suspended from the sport for a year after failing multiple drugs tests in the aftermath of his incredible win over Devin Haney, which was later music overturned. He is already attempting to make moves for his planned return in April 2025. And has issued a call-out to current WBO super lightweight world champion Lopez. He wrote on Twitter, "Ryan Garcia versus